Hello, Internet. This is Whispering Whim, bringing you a very small grocery haul today. I almost had to cancel this month's grocery video. I am house sitting slash pet sitting for a friend for 10 whole days. So I'm not at my house, the apartment, most of the time, and not cooking and making my guys lunches as much. It's kind of really thrown my whole schedule out the window. But I am home for a few hours today, and we did need some basics like, trash bags and paper towels. So I do have a small trip. That being said, let's go ahead and jump into our groceries, right? I do have a new tote bag. White elephant gift was contained in it, so it's kind of like eco-friendly wrapping, right? I can approve of that. The only downside is it's not broken in yet, so it's a very crunchy bag. But anyways, our first item is the trash bags that I've kind of already mentioned that we needed. With citrus and zest smell in them. Probably don't need fragrant, there we go, fragrant trash bags. But usually we end up swapping out the trash when it gets smelly, right? So it kind of helps to perfume the air right when we change the trash. Next up is a bottle of oil. This is the avocado coconut oil that I'm a fan of. And next up is a little pack of dog treats. I told the lady, well, they're a group of friends, a couple, that I am house sitting for, that I have a bad habit of giving too many treats to her little doggy. The poor thing is very anxious, kind of has some separation issues, right? And then also, I guess when that dog was a puppy, it did live in a different household that didn't treat it very well, so the dog is kind of, it flinches a lot. And it wants attention, but it doesn't always knows how to get it. So anyways, feeding it is an easy way, feeding him, is an easy way to kind of get the dog to warm up. And I told her, I was like, I feel bad for giving him lots of snacks. Because, you really shouldn't give a dog junk food all the time. And she's like, no, it's all right, go for it. I know that this is rough on both of you, so... But she didn't leave a whole lot of treats in the house, even though we had this conversation. So I went ahead and I just bought some extra treats. Hopefully that's okay. And if not, I won't find out for another 10 days. Anyways, next up, we have some bright pink pudding. I'm going to have to assume that it's vanilla flavored, because it doesn't actually say. It just says that it's made with stardust, whatever that entails. But as you know, I am guilty of giving my guy the the most girliest or child-friendly snacks that I can find to put in his lunch. It kind of entertains both of us. And luckily he is comfortable enough with his own identity that he doesn't feel offended, or it doesn't bother him too much if the guys in the office notice, because really they're just jealous that he gets a lunch almost every day. Next up, some white vinegar, and then after that is some soup. I have several cans of soup today. That's because while I'm house sitting, On the days that I work, I just go straight to the house from work. So I'm not really comfortable cooking in someone else's kitchen, and therefore I've been eating lots of soup and a couple of TV dinners, the ones that I can find that are low carb, anyways, which is kind of hard to do. But so I'm living the single life. Can of soup and like a glass of wine, and then the dog gets a bunch of dog treats. it's it's different. I kind of like my couple's life, so I'm missing my guy, but at least I've gotten a big break from cooking. Following that, let's see here, we have another little lunch treat, some matcha flavored Pocky sticks, which is a treat from Japan. If you're not familiar, I think Pocky is one of the most common international snacks there is, so I think most people have heard of them. And then on the opposite end, we've got some garlic, basic garlic. And then I also picked up some V8. I kind of go through phases when it comes to vegetable juice, but it sounded good, and I needed something other than wine to drink at my friend's house, so I picked up some V8. Last but not least, for this TJ Maxx bag is a giant container of coffee. I was just gonna get like the half size of this, but it was more expensive. So you know me, I have to pinch my pennies to make our little lifestyle work. So giant tub of coffee. Next up, we'll go ahead and dive into our cooler bag over here. That kind of grumbly zipper. And hiding on the top is something that doesn't need to be refrigerated, but it fit the space, are the paper towels. And then I will be home for dinner tomorrow. Me and my guy have to find time to see each other in between taking care of the neurotic dog and our respective jobs, right? So I thought it'd be nice to have steak, something a little more fancy or premium, I suppose, than our average dinner. I kind of approached most of this shopping trip that way, like just kind of filling in a few basics and then getting some fun things. And it was a surprisingly expensive trip. I spent over $100 and I did not get nearly as much food as I do for that price. So it's good to splurge once in a while though, right? As I was talking, I pulled out 2 things of kielbasa, Polish sausage. I think I've mentioned before, but this stuff is good for a very long time if you don't open up the package. So it kind of fits what we need right now, since it's kind of, I can't pull something out to defrost every night, and I don't know, cooking's just been so awkward. But anyways, these are ready to be cooked at any point, so that's kind of convenient, right? And then following the sausage, the ever-present bacon, which I am happy to say was wrapped correctly today. Next up is our freezer bread. I usually give my guy about 2 slices or 2 knots, depending on the style, right? Because I've got Texas toast and garlic knots. So these boxes don't really last very long, because I always end up getting him the one that has like cheese and stuff on it. And if you pay attention in the store, the ones with cheese on top are the same price as the ones without cheese. But the ones with cheese only give you 6 slices, and the ones that are just like garlic butter flavor give you 8 slices. So, kind of a weird example of the way supermarkets and food producers kind of cheat a little bit when they price things. Let's see here. Next up, it looks like some deli meat. You probably noticed that that's not kind of a normal thing I buy. You know, I can cook chicken and have extra that's cold for salads and stuff. So this is a house sitting purchase. My friend left a surprising amount of lettuce in her refrigerator. And considering that she'll be gone for almost 2 weeks, I'm assuming it's not going to last that long. So I'm going to try to eat a few salads over at her place because I hate to see food go to waste. And this will kind of just help fill out those salads, right? And then next up, we have a jumbo bag of pepper jack cheese. I think I bought one of these last month, and I thought there would be no way that we would go through that much cheese, but then we did. Long story short, right? So I purchased another one since it's kind of a nice break from all the string cheese that I normally put in his lunches. Following that, we have a very floppy bag of green beans. I still have a few bags of vegetables from last month, just because my schedule again kind of got thrown off. So did not need to buy 100 different bags of vegetables, which was weird, but I just couldn't leave without purchasing one, so I got the green beans. And then sadly, that is the end of our freezer bag. We just have one little bag left. Again, it's a small trip because I'm not home. But I hope the video's enjoyable anyways. Back to the food. Got some Triscuit. This time I purchased the rosemary olive oil flavor. I normally get the garlic, but kind of have to break things up once in a while. And then this is a treat for me. It's one lonely little package of seaweed. I love to eat seaweed, like to a surprising extent, considering it's like, vegetable from the ocean. But it's so expensive here in town that I kind of reserve it as a treat item than a regular snack, right? And then next up, I needed the white vinegar because I was completely out of vinegar. But while I was looking at vinegars, I saw this red wine vinegar, traditional tangy flavor. And since I knew I was going to be cooking steak, I was thinking about making a little marinade with the vinegar and maybe some peppercorns and garlic. It sounded really tasty. Of course, then I forgot to buy pepper, regular old pepper, so I'm going to have to kind of fudge it a bit. Surprisingly, I have whole baskets full of spices and sauces and, I go a little crazy when I cook, right? But regular old pepper is not something I use too often. My fiance is tolerant of it. He doesn't mind pepper, but he's not a fan either. So I usually, if it needs a little extra zest, I use, a regular pepper like a jalapeno or a chili pepper, right? But sometimes you just can't replace the flavor of black pepper. Anyways, Speaking of marinades, I got some lemons. This will not be for the steak, but I do still have some chicken in the freezer that at some point will get cooked up. And I was thinking of, well, lemon pepper chicken, but maybe it'll be lemon something else chicken. Oh, goodness gracious. I shouldn't break the fourth wall and talk about camera problems, but I just had my camera die on me. And it said that the battery was low, so I had to pause everything I was doing, charge the battery, and 10 minutes later, the battery said it was full. So that doesn't bode well. Hopefully it'll let me finish the video. My train of thought has been completely derailed though. I think the item it died on was these pickles. So, yay snack pickles. I only have a couple more items left. Hopefully I can get back into a rhythm here. Next up is some jalapenos in a very crinkly bag there. As you know, this is a classic for the white bean chili, and I also cook them up when I make tacos. And speaking of tacos, our next item is the tortilla shells that I will fry up when I make that. Following the tortilla shells, we've got some black olives. I confess that I did a little mini shopping trip kind of in between my last video, and I picked up a package that had like 4 individually wrapped little containers of olives, and I kind of felt bad for buying something with that much plastic. But I was kind of in a hurry and I needed a snack item. And then we went through them real fast. And it dawned on me that I really should just buy the can, because I can divide this up into my Tupperware containers and we'll have olive snacks for, 1/3 of the price. So I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt a little bit for buying those other olives. But, going forward, I'll be more eco-friendly. And then our last item is some cheddar cheese soup mix. Usually I use this in the mac and cheesy goodness, right? But I have one other cooking thing that I do with it, which is why I bought just one lonely can. I like to grill up some chicken and broccoli, and then I'll throw it in this cheddar cheese soup, and I usually add salsa too, so it's kind of like cheesy dip soup, kind of con queso, nacho cheese flavor. I forgot to pick up salsa, but I'm thinking with all of the spices that I have in here, I should be able to still make kind of a zesty chicken broccoli soup thing. And sadly, that is all of the grocery shopping I'm doing this month. Thank you to Dat Boogie and Crystal Whispers for commenting. Definitely love the commenters, so keep it up. And I will see you next month. Sorry for the long wait. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.